Hey there, I'm Alan Matthews from Classical Guitar Shed, and in this video we will be talking about the A major scale in the open position. It's a good one. If you enjoy this, please do subscribe to this channel, and if you would like to download a packet of many of the open position scales, you can do that at the link below. All right, let's jump in here. So here we have a grid, and we have the notation staff, and we have tabs. So you can use whichever one that you would like to learn this scale shape. So with the grids, we're going to start with the lowest note, which is that red circle above the 5th string there. We just go left to right, top to bottom on each string going up. With the tabs, the numbers represent the fret numbers. And so you can also think of those as the finger numbers, but you would be wrong much of the time in general. But these are the fret numbers, not the finger numbers. This lowest line is the 6th string, and this highest line is the 1st string. The finger numbers don't work once we get up into here. Then we have the notation. And with the notation, we have our string numbers in circles. So a 5 with a circle around it means the 5th string from the floor up. And then the numbers beside the notes are our finger numbers. Left hand 1, 2, 3, and 4. Open means don't play any fret but play the open string. Awesome. So looking at this scale shape then, just going up, you can use whatever right hand finger when you're first learning. Don't worry about right hand. If you'd like some right hand tips for scales, you can find that at the link below as well. Starting here with the open 5th string, we have O, 2, 4. That's A, B, C sharp. Next string, 4th string, we have D, E, F sharp, O, 2, 4. So then when you're practicing this, you could just play that a few times. O, 2, 4, O, 2, 4. So that you get used to that combination of those two strings. Then we have 1, 2, that's G sharp A on the 3rd string. Coming up to the 2nd string, we have O, 2, 3. And then once we go up to the top string, the E string, we're going to shift up 1 fret. So once we release that D, we want to shift up 1 fret so that we're in a nice 4 fret position over frets 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we have O and then 1, 3, 4 on frets 2, 4, 5. So when you're practicing this, it's nice to practice a new scale shape in little bits. So for this one, you can practice just the B and E strings. So O, 2, 3, O, 2, 4, 5 are the frets. Those, and then also you can add in that A down on the G sharp and A on the 3rd string. I'm playing it fast here. You can just go as slow as you need to just to memorize the pattern. Now, that is the goal whenever we're first learning a scale shape, is to memorize the pattern so that we don't need to look anymore at the grid or at the notation or anything else. So that's number 1. Once you get that, then the next thing would be to start playing in a very even time, ideally with a metronome. If you need tips on how to use a metronome and how to not go crazy as you're using your metronome, you can find that at the link below. And I'll also just mention again that you can also get the sheet music PDFs for a bunch of the different open position scales, just like you're seeing right here, at the link below as well. So then putting it into a really even, steady tempo, steady rhythm is the next step. Just absolutely crisp. If you'd like to, with your metronome, have 2 clicks per note that you play on the guitar, then you can play slower and still be really clean with your placement. So click, 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 click. Next thing to think about is how you're using your left hand. So a couple left hand tips here. Then we can play with a nice C shape in the hand. That means the thumb is behind the fingers. We don't want our thumb to cross over the index finger line. This means your neck needs to be up. If you go down here, you're going to want to put this part of your finger onto the side of the guitar. You're going to want to put the pad of your thumb way back here onto the guitar. And all that makes it to where your hand can't move as well. It really constricts the motion. So thumb behind the fingers, nice space in here, and keeping your fingers nice and curved. You may want to open your palm just a little bit to the ceiling so that your pinky, your little finger, can get over here without having to stretch. If you're stretching like this, you're working too hard. So instead, Just let that rotate around. Your index finger will be straighter, and when it plays, it'll be playing on the corner up here, on the side, kind of on a 45 degree there. And that way, it's nice and strong, but you're kind of pointing up at it and doing a pushback like this with the index finger. And that will make it to where your third and fourth fingers are really nice and strong. Because otherwise, if you go like this, then those fingers are going to be weak and be trying to go out like this. And so that's not what we're looking for. So you can play this up and down, side to side. You can play it in patterns if you want. However you'd like to do it so that you can memorize it, put it in a steady tempo. When you're ready and you start putting some right hand technique in there, you can also listen to how the notes connect, especially on these notes that are all on the same string, like to begin with, these three. Well, you can listen to that gap in between each note. Gap. And make that gap as small as possible. And this is called legato, is the musical phrase for it, smooth and connected, and just trying to kind of pull each one out of the air. It's easier from string to string because you don't have to synchronize the hand as much, but to play with one string and put it down, so you're playing with the right hand and putting that note down all at the same time, and then on the back up, lifting it up. So just listening to connect those notes as smoothly as possible. So this is the A major scale. We have 3 sharps, F, C, and G. And so whenever you see a piece of music in this, then every time you see the F, every time you see the C, and every time you see the G, those will all be sharped. That means they get raised a fret from the normal note, F, C, or G. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this. Do pick up the PDF packet of these scales so you can practice them easily in your practice. And have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.